Is Canada on the brink of its next immigration scam? We all know from the previous video that the international students had a backdoor loophole into the permanent resident status in Canada. And we've seen a reaction from the federal government's Minister of Immigration, Mark Miller, capping international students moving forward and limiting how much each province can have in international students. Over the last few weeks, we've seen international students protest these caps and be very upset about their limited access to the permanent resident status as these caps come into play. Many are upset that they're having to go home. The sad part about this is many of these international students pay tens of thousands of dollars to brokers in their country of origin to get here, only to be disappointed with the cost of living, the terrible education from these diploma mills, and being sold a bill of goods that just didn't pan out. The excessive cost of living expenses and terrible living arrangements has made it very difficult for these students, and many are homeless. Canada has welcomed refugees from around the world for decades with open arms. We've always been happy to help those living in terrible conditions and being persecuted by their countries and governments. Countries like China, Nigeria, Haiti, Mexico, Syria have all had mass exoduses over the years, and Canada has been able to assist these folks that were dealing with terrible living conditions. It's these countries that have had the highest number of refugee claimants in Canada over the years. International students are upset that they have to leave due to the new caps imposed by our immigration minister, Mark Miller. And now I believe they found a new loophole to stay in the country. It's no surprise to Canadians that most of the international students that come to Canada are from India. And in 2015, there were only 397 refugee claimants from India. Fast forward to this year, so far in 2024, India leads all countries around the world with refugee claims to Canada, totaling 15,298. That's 15.7% of all refugee claimants to Canada. This is ridiculous. It represents 15.7% of all refugee claims in Canada, and they lead all countries in this category. The most surprising part is that the number of claimants made at inland offices has skyrocketed to almost 50% of all claims, when the majority have always come from borders. Refugees claim asylum mostly at borders, and this number has tilted to inland offices. So these are folks that are already here. A National Post article by Tristan Hopper earlier this year noted that the goods and services a refugee claims is about $224 a day. That equates to almost $81,000 a year in goods and services that a refugee claims. I don't know about you, but this is going to put a major strain on our economy. Now, it's prompted our immigration minister, Mark Miller, to ask other provinces to take the load off of Ontario and Quebec. Canada needs to control our borders and needs to be fair and firm with all provinces. Immigration as a tool has built a great nation, but immigration cannot be successful without balance, proper infrastructure, and services that could make sure everything is running smoothly. We need to keep our eye on the ball. For the longest time, immigration has always been our strength, but sadly, I think immigration is now our weakness. We need to do a better job of asking our politicians for accountability and making sure everyone is aligned and allowing every immigrant coming here to have a true experience that reflects Canadians of the past. Thank you to all the subscribers of our channel, Owl Mortgage. We're making a big push to 10,000 subscribers. So comment below the word mortgage and you will be entered into a draw for a free giveaway. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment below. I read them all.